What is called? Bison?
Bison.
Bison is, it's like, look like a big cows or buffaloes.
Yeah, they're like buffalo.
So people can eat this?
People can eat bison, but it's not really as common as like beef.
It's common where? New York?
No, not really in New York. If anything, it would probably be more common as a touristy food out west. But bison numbers are... Well, we're currently kind of trying to protect the bison populations because back in the Wild West days, we kind of shot them for no reason, and it turns out that's not a good way to preserve a species.
I think it's bigger than buffalo, right?
I'm not sure.
Do you have the picture?
Yeah, I can show you a picture. They might even technically be the same, just different regions. Let's see. Yeah, so just depending on which region you're in, it's the same species, but regionally they call them different things.
Oh, this one.
Yes, it's that thing right there. American bison. They're near threatened, which means, we're still kind of trying to do conservation and stuff. They'll be in like parks and whatnot, like Yellowstone. Technically, buffalo are normally more seen as like water buffalo type things, and they look a little different, but we call these buffalo. So, like Asia and Africa water buffalo, that's like a buffalo. This is a bison. This is
bison and this is buffalo.
yeah, but we kind of call these buffalo too because we don't have the water buffalo. So it looks like our bison tend to be smaller than your water buffalo.
I'm making video.
Oh.
The picture is not coming.
Got a bunch of different cow-like creatures. This in particular, I can actually look up the specimen and tell you more about it. 2. Genus and species name are bison.
Bison?
Yeah, so like, a lot of things will be like Zappus domesticus or whatever. They didn't bother to come up with the genus or species name for it, they just said bison. So technically, a bison is considered a bison. If you want to use the scientific terminology. But anyway. It's got the skeleton, and it was previously in the student lounge.
What are these?
What are these? Some kind of rodent. This looks like it might be a capybara, but I could be mistaken. I'm not very good with rodents. This... I don't know. These are all rodent skulls. Or at
It's
least
like
these
bird
ones are.
skulls.
Bird?
Yeah.
Oh no, this isn't a bird. It's got teeth. It's got a long nose, but that's typical of a rodent because they have good senses of smell. Like dog noses, they'll be really long because that's where their like scent stuff is. Whereas like cat noses are smushed. I'll show you what bird skulls look like.
There are many things.
And I think we might have some skulls in here. I'm not sure.
This is true skull.
That is the upper palate of a mammoth, a woolly mammoth, like the fuzzy elephants that they used to have that are extinct now. So
It's big.
these would be the teeth. This is like the upper part of the mouth, like if you lift your tongue up, that part. And right here is about where a tusk, or not there, sorry. I'll turn this around here. Right here is where a tusk would be. And stone.
How old is
How what?
old? About the age?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't find it, and it's not really marked.
It's breaking.
Yeah, we're trying to put it in a cabinet to keep it safe. It's not really. It probably shouldn't be out here like this, but my understanding is it was a last-minute donation. We weren't expecting it, so. But yeah, there's little bits and pieces. We're probably gonna have to put in a little container. But this is what like a bird skull would look like.
Oh,
See, like it's got the beak here. These are dead birds. Be really
it's
careful.
gross.
Yeah, these are either crows or ravens. I'm not very good about, but it's the corvus. Or these are blue jays.
So just by mixing alcohol, you are preserving these things?
Oh no, these aren't alcohol. These we use. Take the skin off, so the guts aren't inside anymore. So it's just the skin. And then we use formaldehyde to preserve it, and cornmeal to get the moisture out. That's why I said if you touch anything, you gotta wash your hands afterwards because the formaldehyde can mess up your hands. Oh yeah, we got a lot of birds.
Oh, types of birds.
Cardinal, red-winged blackbird.
It's like parrot.
They're colorful, but these aren't parrots. Parrots are much different. If you look at them up close, specifically in their beak, for example, this is a parrot. See
Yeah.
the beak? It's more rounded. This is a parakeet. Very different.
This is bird's skull.
That's some sort of skull. Oh, it looks like this is from a woodpecker. Because it says woodpecker bones. Yeah, I think this is woodpecker bones. This looks like the hips and spine. That looks like bones too. Be very careful. It's very light and
No,
fragile.
not giving pressure, just
Bird bones are incredibly fragile because they have to be light to allow them to fly.
This is
are-
house, right?
Yeah, these are their nests. Be really gentle with this. See, some of them make them like this. They're like little sacks. Whereas other ones make more
What's
of
the
a
English
disc.
name? We call it Babi Baki.
We call these bird nests.
But this is for particular bird.
You mean like a hummingbird? That's kind of what this looks like, except it's way too big.
I don't know the English name. We call it babi pakhi.
Let's see, we got woodpeckers.
I have to check that.
But yeah,
It's beautiful.
that's what bird skulls look like. Well, it's kind of gross, especially the fish room.
So, do you have tiger's skull, bears?
Tiger? I don't think so. Yeah, that's a squirrel. So since tigers are an endangered animal, you need special certification to have those, and I don't think we have that. Also, we're like a North American institute, so we kind of keep more local stuff. But we do have large cats. Yeah. Bobcats.
Oh,
I think we also have cougars somewhere. Oh, that's not a bobcat, that's a fox. That's not right either. That's skulls. These are bobcats. This is kind of a smaller one. It's kind of about the size of the cat I have at home, but their teeth are very big. They like to eat rabbits. Rabbits and rodents and things.
the scent is coming.
The smell? Yeah, that formaldehyde smell.
Oh,
You can really tell with the bigger animals.
so, what do you do with these things? You analyze these things.
Well,
Like, how many years?
we can tell about, like, whether they were young, juvenile, adult, when we get them. We keep track of how much they weighed when we caught them, how long they were, how long certain parts of their bodies were, whether or not they were male or female, whether or not they were carrying children, whether or not they were trying to make children. We can tell a lot of stuff just by catching them. And then we put all that into a database. And then we keep these as genetic samples, like with DNA. Because if people want to write a paper involving, they need example specimens. Now we have those example specimens. We can either send them to someplace else for people to analyze. People can come here to analyze them. Or we can take a small sample. Like, for example, let's say that somebody wanted a DNA sample of, I think this is a coyote. It's too small to be a wolf.
It's big enough.
It's like coyote sized, I think. Wolves are a lot bigger. Let's say that they needed genetic information for a coyote caught in 2008 in the Washington state area. I have no idea if that's the case here. In fact, I don't think coyotes are a lot in the Washington state area. But anyway, we could take a small trim off of the ear and send that in, and then they have this animal's genetic code. And we could also send them, oh, this is how much it weighed, this is how long it was, this is the year that we got it. And that's helpful because then you can tell, oh, were they all really skinny and underweight, or were they all eating and doing well, and were there young ones, were they making more and having families? If you see them and you catch them where they were having families and they were well fed, that's good for that population. But if they're scrawny, if they've got a bunch of disease in them, we've got an example of a coyote that's just riddled with parasites. That indicates that population could be struggling. So it's very important that we have that kind of stuff. We get some of our stuff from like people who hunt. We get some of the stuff from us catching it. And we get some of this stuff from roadkill, where people will hit things, and then they'll bring it into us, and we stuff it and get the skeletons and all that stuff. we have cabinets full of squirrels because of that. People keep bringing us their dang squirrels.
Is it like microscope or?
Oh no, that's not a microscope. That is a highly sensitive scale.
Oh. You measure the weight, right?
Yeah, this is for measuring weight. Although it probably needs to be calibrated because I don't think we used it the entire time I was there. Take this over too. Let's see, where were the squirrels? Oh, over here. For some reason, we blocked the squirrels, but not the exotic birds. Anyway, that's basically all we got. I could show you the fish and reptile stuff, but some of the stuff I just straight up cannot open to show you because it's in a box of formaldehyde, and if I open it, it will sting our eyes.
Okay, it's okay. You don't need to show me everything.
That's basically the mammal stuff. And then, just put cornmeal all over it. There's hair in here. That's concerning. Oh, don't forget to wash your hands to get the formaldehyde off. It's a Congo eel.
Congo eel
That's what it says on the thing.
is the biological name, right?
This is the biological name. I can't pronounce it. It's Latin. I don't speak Latin. But this is...
Piyama means Trichoptilum something.
I don't know. But it's a Congo eel, so I assume that means that it's an eel found in the Congo.
Ah, what's this?
That's fish.
That's fish. It's very tasty, delicious.
Delicious.
Tilapia. We call it tilapia in Bengali. I don't know the English name.
Oh, those are tilapia?
Yeah, tilapia.
Neat. I didn't know what they were. We've got crabs in here too. You have crabs here?
Huh?
I said, do you have crabs?
Oh, I found the snake.
Oh yeah, there's lots of
Wow,
It's a small snake.
it's baby.
Maybe. It's from 1996. Some snakes are just small. Here's another small snake. You have to put it back in the same spot.
Sure. So you have all types of fish.
Oh, lots of different types of fish. Apparently, we have some endangered types of fish in here, but I don't know where they are. Honestly, I'm just trying to like save the specimens because some of them are dried up. Like for example, those jars back there, I was not able to unscrew them, so I can't fill them with the liquid that they need to be filled with. Okay, come here, container.
These are just dry fish.
Yeah, those, so they're supposed to be full of liquid, but this liquid will evaporate eventually. And if you leave them without refilling the liquid, that's what happens to them. And the person who was supposed to be refilling the liquid was not. So now they've got me on fish jargon.
You need to carry something? Okay, I'm
Would you like to see a dead one? These are catfish.
Why
They
is
got
it called
whiskers.
catfish?
Because they've got whiskers and that reminds us of cats.
It's heavy. Keep it there.
Here we
Give me
go.
that.
Be careful.
You have many things, like all types of fish, snakes, and animals. Okay, give me
I got
that.
it. I've got to put it back in the same spot. Got all kinds of stuff. Oh, fun fact. Catfish eat poop. One of their favorite foods is hot dogs. That's how people catch them. Is they stick hot dogs on a fish hook.
People eat catfish?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Not everybody is into catfish, but a lot of people around here
You haven't? Never?
never
my God.
dried fish.
Yeah, we eat dry fish.
I mean, it probably is like fish jerky.
It's not jerky.
Well, jerky is what we call dried meat, like when you dry it to preserve it.
Yeah, one of my friends, he said me that he will bring jerky.
Yeah, you can buy it in the grocery stores. Interesting. Anywho,
Okay.
I gotta go pick up.